Yeah, on a race.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Lieutenant General Russell Honore Stadium here in New Orleans, Louisiana. 80-degree, cloudy night. Welcome into the broadcast booth along with Nathan Blake on stats. Stephen Mullenax, I am Cameron Irvine, here tonight for a battle of top rookie quarterbacks. How you doing, Stephen?
Doing wonderful, Cam. Great to be here on a Saturday night to watch the Atlanta Swarm at 3-2 take on the 1-3 New Orleans Pharaohs. Atlanta undefeated on the road this season away here in New Orleans. One of the most balanced offenses in the SFL is taking on a very young New Orleans team with, count them, 8 rookies on that side of the ball.
The number 1 pick and the number 10 pick set to do battle here on YouTube. Marcus Dunhill calls heads. Loses the toss. New Orleans wants to kick it away, and they'll let him. 3-2, 1-3. You mentioned it, Stephen. Atlanta undefeated on the road. That is an impressive feat, one that many rarely ever are able to accomplish. New Orleans in the gold tops. Atlanta all silver. Pharaohs kick it. We're underway. It's a short kick taken from the 12-yard line. And that is L.B. Allen III making a man miss out of the 31. Again, all grays tonight for Atlanta. New Orleans in the gold tops, helmets, white pants with the purple numbers, white trim.
Well, Atlanta started the season 1-0 with a big win against Chicago, then had 2 back-to-back losses, one to Tallahassee and one to Houston. But they are coming off 2 big wins against Dallas and Oklahoma City. Let's see if they can go for the trifecta tonight.
3 receivers and 2 backs in the backfield for Dunhill, and Dunhill will flip it out. That may be counted as a run. And Hollywood lost the ball, and it's recovered by New Orleans on the first play of the game. Unbelievable. Kappa Jones recovers the fumble.
Take care of the ball, young man. As Aaron Arrington there looks like he picks the ball up, but that's unlike BDG Hollywood, the veteran running back, the 4-year veteran, in fact, to lay the ball on the ground like that. Wow, what a start!
Wow, so the Pharaohs jumping on the Swarm here on the opening play of the ball game. And that is exactly the type of momentum that New Orleans needs. Xander Gold is the quarterback with Donk Bonkers and a fullback in the backfield. And Gold will drop 3 steps, fire it out short. Pass is complete. Pick up of 4 yards. The catch made by number 86, Brock Lee, the tight end and undrafted rookie.
Well, this Pharaohs passing offense has struggled this season. Currently last place in the SFL going into this week, averaging 182 passing yards a game. That's 21st here in the league.
2nd down and 6 for a fast starting Pharaohs team here on Saturday night on YouTube. And the handoff goes to Donk Bonkers, the former Renegade. He picks up a couple before he's thrown backwards, thanks to Andy Hamilton and Michael Turillo, who held down the fort last night on Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, did a wonderful job in what turned out to be a really good game. And, I can't say enough about them helping us out.
So 3rd down and 4 at the Atlanta 30. Let's see if New Orleans can take full advantage of the Swarm's early turnover. The handoff goes to Bonkers, and he goes nowhere. Steven, a 3-and-out coming, although a potential field goal could put points up on the board, but New Orleans offense does not rise to the occasion. Yeah,
certainly a win for the Swarm defense. They're able to hold this offense to a 3-and-out, but this is a team in the Pharaohs who like to run the ball, 13th in the league in running offense, averaging 76 yards on the ground, but they are going up against one of the better run defenses in the SFL, the Atlanta Swarm, only allowing 69 yards a game on the ground.
47-yard field goal for Zan Lee, and it's good. Big kick for the young fella, and New Orleans is on the board first and get points off turnovers from Hollywood's fumble.
Well, you got to like that. Get points off the turnover early, gives your team the early momentum here at home. The way that the Pharaohs have been playing, they need all the help they can get. This is a young team, very inexperienced, still learning how to play here in the SFL, but taking steps every game.
Chat shoutouts, Hollywood 34, Pure 2K 12, Siege Falco, Realist, Xander Gold, John Bond, Eric Dahlquist is here, Shadow Fox 37, Hunter Jones, and many more as Allen returns it up to the 31-yard line. 9:22 left in the first quarter, just getting started in the only game on the Saturday SFL slate. 6 more games coming tomorrow.
Yeah, for the Atlanta Swarm now, they've just got to have amnesia a little bit about that first series, just come back out, play their game. This is one of the most balanced offenses in the SFL. They like to equally pass and run. Expect a lot of that here in this game.
3 wide with 2 in the backfield, and the toss is bobbled around and incomplete. Looking over the middle, Rolleman Hood in coverage, but Atlanta coming out shaky here at the start. The Pharaohs fans fired up.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that ball was actually intended for the receiver who put his hands out. I think he was going to the further receiver down the field, and so that might be a pass interrupted there.
4 wide. Dunhill's out of the gun. Just 5 in the box for New Orleans as that defense is spread out. Dunhill straight back in the pocket. Excellent throw right over the defense. That pass caught by Siege Falco, who has really been hot over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, Falco leads this team with 39 receptions for 658 yards on the season. But there is a New Orleans challenge. Boy, Cam, I don't know. I didn't really see his feet if they actually got inbounds because that defender really broke on the ball so quickly and blocked our view.
Yeah, it's tough to say. I'm not sure if we're going to get a replay that's really going to give us a definitive angle on this. Receiver blanketed. I think Falco caught the ball. But, man, we're getting into the weeds here quick.
Mm-hmm.
And Aaron Arrington's challenge is successful.
Wow.
Ruling on the field is overturned. And that brings up a 3rd down and 10. So not much is going the way of Atlanta right now. And it's 3rd down and long for Dunhill, now going empty 5 wide. And Dunhill out of the gun will fire it deep down. Oh, what a hit! I thought for sure that was going to be a catch. Dunhill wanted interference. Bang, bang play. Couldn't see who got there. My guess is that it was Kappa Jones, the free safety deep. What a perfect hit.
Yeah, that defender put his helmet right on the ball. It looked like what was going to be an easy catch, and gave the receiver absolutely no chance of bringing that ball in, as I think it bounced off the crown of the defender's helmet.
Otis Jenkins will punt it away for Atlanta, trying to improve to 4-2 and get a jump on the Houston Hyenas. That ball is fumbled, still on the ground, and recovered by New Orleans. Two fumbles in the first 2 minutes, and the fumble recovery is by Maurice Howard.
Wow, if I am the Atlanta Storm special teams coordinator, I am getting on the guy that was out there that had a perfect opportunity to jump on the ball and just whiffed on it. Boy, everything right now going the Pharaohs' way. I guess if you could say that after they fumble the football and get it back.
1st and 10 at the 33 now. Longer field for Jones. Shovel pass is incomplete. Lucky that wasn't a fumble too. As man, Xander Gold and Donk Bonkers having some trouble connecting early on.
Well, Cam, in a game, I think back in week 2, we covered this same game, and that's how they got their first score, I believe, was on either that or their first or their second score there was that exact same play. So they've had some success with that.
Yeah, it was Xander Gold's first career touchdown pass, and he's had 3 since. 2nd and 10 from the 33, and out to Donk Bonkers. He's got some space to work in the open field. Good open field tackle. Only a gain of 3. I think that was Shine on the outside. The Atlanta defense, led by Aquanta Shine, number 58. Corners are Josh Vasquez and Patrick Ketza, 21 and 23 respectively. Aaron Lee is the strong safety, number 20. Mahmoud Ajlani is the free safety, number 29. And Jose Fuentes is on the line, big number 52. Number 99, Joshua Williams, also at defensive end, is Xander Gold on 3rd down and 7. He dropped it. Diving to make the play. The pass is incomplete. That ball was intended for Ermac Jackson, another undrafted rookie.
Yeah, and Ermac Jackson's only got 2 receptions on the season so far, and there may be a reason why he doesn't. Xander Gold doesn't look his direction too often. Wasn't able to bring that in. Certainly had both hands on the ball. You got to bring that in, especially if you're an undrafted rookie trying to make a statement in the 3rd man on the depth chart.
That's insane. 2 catches? Man, Jackson definitely going through some rookie pains here for New Orleans, as they'll have to punt the ball away. And it's amazing, Stephen. We've been on the air for 15 minutes, and we haven't even had 3 minutes worth of the first quarter, as we've just gone back and forth here, as both teams are trying to figure out exactly what is going to work for them. The Atlanta offense, Marcus Dunhill, number 15. Quarterback, running back, number 34, BDG Hollywood. The receivers, number 80, Boo Chisholm. Number 17, Siege Falco. Number 19, LB Allen III, and all are pretty talented dudes. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line. 3-3 look for the defense. Handoff Hollywood. This is his first carry of the day, and that goes for nothing. Tackle on the outside made by Coleman Fletcher.
Well, good job there by Dunhill on handing the ball off. That kind of fooled me. I thought he actually brought that ball back for a play action. But there, just no room for BDG Hollywood over to the right side, as New Orleans was able to flood that side of the field and get it for an even stop there at the line of scrimmage. 4
receivers, 3 to the left side. Now in a dime is New Orleans. Dunhill changing the play at the line, which is the 29. Dunhill straight back, nearly got sacked. The pass is caught and fumbled, and New Orleans recovers. You've got to be kidding me.
Well, I'm certainly challenging that play if I am Atlanta. I just don't think he had the ball long enough for that to be considered a fumble.
I don't know about that.
But we'll have to see here. It's so quick, and there's the challenge.
So, this has got to be one of the
I don't think we've had this many fumbles.
Most insane 3.5-minute stretch of a game I think I've ever witnessed. Now look here. He makes the catch, controls it, turns upfield. Man, I don't know.
I think he's still in the motion of bringing that ball down.
Well, Atlanta wins that challenge, so both coaches have won their challenges in the first few minutes. It'll bring up instead a 3rd down and 10 for Atlanta. And it's just crazy. The chat is, it just doesn't know what to do with itself.
Yeah, you can't leave the call, in the hands of the referees. It's like changing a suction cup on the cat hammock a little bit.
3rd and 10 at the 29 for Atlanta. Dunhill's in trouble, and he gets a shoulder to his chest. A big hit in the backfield by Garrison Dangerfield on a safety blitz, 4th and 17.
Well, something's wrong with that boy's medulla oblongata right there, boy. Does he put a hit on the quarterback? And if you're Atlanta, boy, you don't want to see your rookie Dunhill take too many of those because he won't be on the field for very long.
You're on like the 4th page of your
yeah, I've used them all up.
Of your references. There's been so much action going on here as Leroy Brown returns it up to the 41-yard line. 4 minutes in, Stephen, I think we've had 3 fumbles in the first 4 minutes. One, of course, was overturned, actually not ruled a fumble. Yeah, what else have we seen tonight? Incredible.
Yeah, we've had a challenge, on a big pass play, and we've seen 2 kind of inept offenses here, which really speaks to the defense.
And off to Bonkers on a 1st and 10, best run of the night, picks up 5 out to the 46-yard line. And you mentioned inept offenses, Nathan Blake on stats, and he's doing a great job for us, but not much to track so far, at least offensively.
Yeah, he can take a bit of the night off here, at least at the beginning. But this is a Pharaohs offense that likes to go to dunk bonkers. He's not only their leading rusher, but leading receiver.
And you see a reason why there, spinning off a defender and picks up a couple out to the 47-yard line. Right now, Dunhill is 1 of 4 for 5 yards passing, and Xander Gold is whatever our stat program wants to load at this time. Not doing a good job. It's fumbling on the play. 3rd down and 4 at the 47. Gold is going to fire it over the middle, and that pass is incomplete. And Gold is now 2 of 5. Matt Wolf was the intended target.
Well, clearly New Orleans wants to pass the ball a little bit more than they have this season, and the wide receivers are just not making plays they should. And this is a problem that we saw, Cam, back in week 2 when New Orleans had a number of receivers drop passes in critical times for them. And that really speaks to this being such a young team full of 8 rookies as starters.
Got to work on the hands is from the 17-yard line. L.B. Allen, nice return, 10-yard return through traffic with 5.5 to go in the first. A wild and wacky game here on Sunday night. A quick word from the SFL.
Want to do what I do? Contact me in a DM on Discord to find out how you can get involved with streaming live games, calling games, or breaking them down on the air with our broadcast team. Or help make our production even better by joining our new live stats team, helping our broadcasters shine brighter. We are #Loading Legends in the SFL.
Dunhill hit as he threw. That was almost another fumble. Fletcher, again, making a big play in the backfield.
Yeah, this game has just started off like almost like, Cam, we're seeing 2 really rusty teams coming off, a long offseason, but that's just not the case here at the mid-season point. These teams should be at mid-season form, not looking like that so far, at least offensively.
Atlanta played well last week. New Orleans struggled at home, losing 27-7 to Tulsa. BDG Hollywood cut that left, and there was a gaping hole. Nobody anywhere to be found, and Hollywood picks up a rare 1st down.
And we see just everything that BDG Hollywood's game is about, the speed, the power, and the nice shiftiness here at the end of the play to get the extra 5 yards and outstretch that 1st down marker. Halfway
through the first quarter, New Orleans has a 3-0 lead, essentially because They forced a Hollywood fumble. I think Arrington was the man that forced the fumble, and then it was recovered by Kappa Jones on the game's first play. Handoff, Hollywood now running right. Got past the initial teeth of the defense, but Heath McDaniel, the second, is there to make the stop. He's having a pretty good season for New Orleans, who is 1-3 on the young year.
Yeah, McDaniel, the former Dallas Roughneck, 32 tackles on this team, 3 tackles for loss. But the main thing that the veteran understands here, he understands gap responsibility and where he needs to fill in on this defense. Does a great job of doing so right there.
2nd and 8 at the 41, and Dunhill changes the play at the line. Now throws deep middle, caught first down to the 44. A pickup of 15 for Siege Falco.
Yeah, and Falco, you know, this is really emerging as one of the top wide receivers here in the SFL here. Just a nice little, almost a mid-slant route there, post, but there's just not a defender anywhere around him. Really is able to get, and we've seen this time and time again, great separation this season from defenders.
Right in between 4 defenders who were sitting there in a soft zone. Dunhill, sidearm throw to the outside, got the toes in for the first down as he falls past the sticks. I believe that was Falco again. And sees Falco, this is the 3rd or 4th week in a row. I mean, he is just dominating.
Well, I think it's a lot about the Dunhill-Falco chemistry. And the two, you know, when you get these 2 young guys in there together, you know, Falco a rookie and so is Dunhill, sometimes they can just kind of build a connection in training camp and it transfers over into the regular season here. We're seeing it one of the best 1-2 combos here.
Dunhill, short throw, caught for a 4-yard pickup. And the man making the reception there is L.B. Allen III out to the Faro 29-yard line, under 4 minutes to play in the first.
Yeah, I'd like to see Allen be more involved in this passing offense. You know, the second-year player has 18 receptions on the season, 259 yards, 2 touchdowns, but certainly not used as much as probably he should and how talented he is.
Dunhill out of the gun. Look at that pocket. Beautiful. And over the middle, 2 different defenders were there to swat it away. Now Atlanta's going to try to rush to catch New Orleans off guard.
Yeah, it's almost as if Dunhill had too much time and then kind of felt like he had to rush something there.
3rd and 6. Dunhill stepping up in the pocket, throws it, sir. Oh, caught at the 5. What a play in traffic. Boo Chisholm with the catch as Dunhill got his legs taken out from under him.
Yeah, but the strength in the arm to nail Bo Chisholm right in the middle of the chest as he leaps up to get it. Well, what a throw by the rookie.
1st and 10 at the 5. 3:16 to go in the first. Dunhill again out of the shotgun. And Dunhill's firing to the back of the end zone. A pass is caught off a deflection, but out of bounds. And Atlanta's still going no huddle here.
They want to take advantage of this defense, not let them get a play in.
I think they look a little exhausted here. Dunhill hits some trouble. Throw an interception. And McDaniel almost tried to return that out of the back of the end zone, which you almost never see. McDaniel the second with the pick, and New Orleans probably fortunate to get the ball out on the 20. Have you ever seen a guy try to return it like that?
Yeah, he was. I think he was trying to. He was sniffing pick 6. He wanted that. He wanted that SFL blitz highlight of him going 109 yards for a score, but wisely decides. Well, I don't know. I don't know if he made the decision to stop or not. It looked like Atlanta made the decision for him.
Steven, this is, I don't think we're going to make it through 4 quarters of this. I mean, this game is just positively wacky. 4 receivers, 2 to either side for Gold. He's going to hand it off to Bonkers, and Bonkers picks up just 2. And Atlanta's linebackers have been all over the field. That's Mack on the tackle.
Yeah, and that's been all season, and really led by the veteran Shine, who's tied for number 2 in total tackles on the season coming into this game, a whopping 52 through 5 games. So, you know, averaging more than 10 tackles a game, and he's been doing that for a long time.
2nd down and 8 at the 22. New Orleans is up 3-0, trying to pull the upset here at home. Bonkers, what a move! Man, shook Mack right out of his shoes. It was redonkulous, 3rd and 1.
Yeah, in that twist, you know, I just the way that I saw it here, it looked like Bonkers actually twisted into the defender, but the defender just mistimed the tackle, and then he tried it again, tried another spin. Why not? It worked the first time.
3rd down and 1. They're going to give it to Bonkers again, and Bonkers didn't get it. 4 different swarm defenders in there to eventually make the stop. Greg Julian given a shimmy on 4th down.
Well, that's the second time they've looked to Bonkers on 3rd down and could not get it past the line. You know, they are super reliant on Bonkers both on the run and the pass. And you've got to think at some point you've got to put a little trust in these wide receivers who honestly haven't seen much action this season.
So the punt is away. Allen, who had a 10-yard return on the last, is going to get a 2-yard return on this one. Really good special teams there. Jules Howard makes the stop, 125 to go in the first. 6 games tomorrow, highlighted by rivalry night. The San Francisco Sharks, remember, they were one of 2 teams to beat Alaska last year. They're 2-2. They take on the undefeated Storm with Curtis and Ramos on your rivalry night call Sunday night on Twitch. Actually, 1st and 10 from the 36. Dunhill hands it off to Hollywood. Offensive line does a pretty good job, but nice play in the open field by Marcellus Mitchell. Check that. Pickup of 3.
Well, those are one of the rare times where I kind of wish that Hollywood would have not followed his fullback. The line actually opened up to his left, and Hollywood opted not to take what was really wide open grass and opted to follow his blocker, and there's the result, only a 3-yard gain.
Dunhill straight back again, somehow flutters that ball out there. Arrington and McDaniel II are there to make the stop. A 3rd down and 2 coming up for Atlanta. And I got to give some big props to this New Orleans defense, because we've seen this Atlanta offense explode over the last couple of weeks, and they're really holding it down.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. You just wish that their offense would take advantage, or at least more advantage than just a field goal, of the stops and the turnovers they've been getting here early.
3rd and 2 at the Atlanta 44. Dunhill making a lot of audibles tonight, and Hollywood's got a 1st down. Excellent blocking. Hollywood out to the Swarm 49-yard line. That may be the final play of the first quarter.
And give a lot of credit there to Sam Armand, the guard who pulled out and got that block that opened up the lane for BG Hollywood to get an easy 1st down without being touched past the marker.
That is the end of the first quarter of play. You're watching Saturday Night Football on YouTube, presented by APM Music. Three 3-0 New Orleans, and what has been a very entertaining football game, despite both quarterbacks throwing more incompletions than completions, and the 2 running backs combining for 39 yards on 12 carries. 3 receivers, 2 backs. Hollywood hurdles a couple of players that had been wrestled to the ground. A 4-yard gain out to the Pharaoh, 46.
Yeah, this is Atlanta's game. You know, they're gonna kind of lull you to sleep with BGG Hollywood, and then all of a sudden Dunhill's gonna have a big throw to Falco. I mean, that's just kind of how it's been.
2nd and 6 in Pharaoh territory. Handoff Hollywood trying to follow some blockers, and a massive hit by Rolliman Hood, the undrafted rookie. And in fact, New Orleans has 4 undrafted rookies. Check that, 5 undrafted rookies on this squad that came together late in the offseason.
Well, that's the same run we saw earlier, Cam, where Hollywood was stopped going to that right side on the exact same play, and you know the Pharaohs defense has just sniffed that out every time.
3rd down and 5 at the Pharaoh 46. 3-man rush. That's it. Dunhill's got nobody open. Has to finally fire it out to Hollywood. He's got nothing. Great coverage down the field for New Orleans. Garrison Dangerfield, who already has a sack, in there to make the stop, and Atlanta's going to have to punt away.
Yeah, and that's all about coverage, Cam, led by the veteran Aaron Arrington out there in the secondary. He's leading all of these rookies out there and really did a great job there of not giving Dunhill anywhere to go.
Boy, New Orleans almost got there. And this will be returned from the 10, and Atlanta's all over it. They've got how many Swarm? 9 different Swarm players on the screen, 10 of them actually. They were all over that as everybody forgot to block the pressure on the punter. That was almost blocked.
Yeah, Cam, looking at this New Orleans offense, they just don't pass the ball a lot, clearly wanting to do that more tonight. But I took a look at some of their wide receiver stats, and I don't know, maybe makes me think maybe these stats are wrong. They're so low.
1st and 10 of the 14. Not only did they have the bye week, probably didn't help,
right,
but still pretty low. Xander Gold, 4 touchdowns, 8 picks this season. Marcus Dunhill, 8 touchdowns, 8 picks. But in comparison, as you were saying, Steven, Xander has thrown 137 times this year, and Dunhill has thrown 40 more. Has an extra game, but still not a lot of throws for Gold, at least up to this point, as Bonkers still on his feet, but he'll be short of the first down. 3rd and 2 coming up.
Yeah, I think the best comparison is take a look at the top wide receivers for each team. Siege Falco coming into this game had 39 receptions for 658 yards, whereas Matt Wolf is the leading receiver for the Pharaohs, only has 18 receptions for 249 yards and 2 scores. So it's not just a matter of he's not throwing the ball. It's just as we've seen tonight, these wide receivers aren't really taking the opportunities.
And Bonkers again gets the touch to the 27. I got to say, Steven, I do like the fact that New Orleans knows how to get their superstar involved and with touches. They get Bonkers the ball probably better than any other team. They get it to him on shovels, on screens, and through running as well.
Yeah, that's why he's the #1 running back when it comes to receptions in the SFL, despite a week 1 bye.
1st and 10 of the 27. Handoff Bonkers again, and Bonkers spins away and got away nearly from everybody. Aaron Lee lays him out at the 37, but Bonkers gets a first down. In Donk we trust.
Yeah, looking like Bo Jackson back in Tecmo Bowl. I don't even know if you were born back then, Cam, but look at these moves here. The twist, that's just a missed tackle there by number 57. Just had a wide open shot and just plainly missed on Bonkers, which you cannot do, and it's given these Pharaohs a little bit of momentum, some desperately needed momentum here.
I saw the Kia commercial
with
with him and Tecmo. That's about it. Handoff to Bonkers, and somehow manages to get a yard out of that. Shine wrestles him down. 7.5 to go in the first half. Still 3-0.
Yeah, and this plays into the hands of the Pharaohs. I mean, this is a team that wants to control the clock. They want to run the ball. You can see that they've had their struggles in the passing game, even tonight, and they believe they can grind out a win playing this type of ball. It's a lot on Bonkers' shoulders.
And it's going out to him again, and Bonkers picks up 3. And that's when you're just hoping that everybody can stay healthy, because if sometimes when a game plan is so tailored to one guy, he gets hurt and it's pretty much over.
And he gets tired. And at some point on these long series like these, they're going to bring in the backup to spell him for 2 or 3 plays. And the question is, can your offense survive those 2 or 3 plays without him?
3rd down and 6 at the 41, and they're going to hand it off. And did Bonkers get it? No, 1 yard short. New Orleans is pushing it down their throats, and it nearly paid off.
Yeah, that's a lot of 3rd down confidence in a guy who has really yet to convert when they've called his number on 3rd down. It's just this defense knows that Bonkers is the guy, he's the man, and they're going to key in on him.
And right now, at least for the moment, New Orleans' offense is still on the field, on their own side of the field. 4th and 1 at the 46. I don't think Atlanta is buying this for a second.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
And New Orleans is going to have to burn a timeout. Gotta say though, I like that New Orleans is just grinding it out. I mean, they really, their defense has played an excellent game, and I think, Steven, it's all about expectations. As long as that defense knew coming in that it was going to be their game to win, then morale is still probably pretty high.
Yeah, and if you can get a net that's big enough to capture that swarm without having any leaks, that's kind of the key here, and that's the defense. They're going to have to stop this offense in Atlanta. That's the 4th, in scoring offense, 6th in passing offense, 6th in run offense, and 3rd in overall offensive yards per game. That's a big load for anybody's defensive net.
Well, Dunhill's going to have a long field here from the 18-yard line, 5:51 to go in the first half. A stat check, Bonkers, 42 yards on 12 carries. That's 3.5 yards a carry. That's not too shabby. Hollywood, 27 yards on 7 carries. That's just under 4 yards a carry. Dunhill is 6 of 14, 66 yards and a pick. And Xander Gold is 4 of 7 for a mere 14 yards. And not a single star receiver has a reception here in the first half. 1st and 10 at the 18, carry to Hollywood. Hollywood picks up 1 as McDaniel the second is there to wrap him up.
Yeah, McDaniel the second looking really good tonight. He looks on point, and if you're going to run to his side of the ball, it's so dangerous because he's just very wise. He's quick. He's intellectual. The guy's everything you want in a veteran. I know he was on my team for a couple seasons.
2nd and 9 of the 19, and that is a 3-yard loss. Don't see that often on Hollywood. Arthur makes the stop in the backfield. Cornelius Arthur.
Wow. The defender here there's just no blocking in front of two Faro defenders break 3 totally free. As the blockers, I have no idea what they were seeing. They as if they just had a blind side to that portion of the field and didn't even look over to the left. There's 2 guys to block right there, guys.
5 minutes to go in the first half, and Atlanta's going backwards. 3rd down and 12. 5 in the box. Dunhill has to fire it short. I think he got some happy feet, had just a little bit of pressure in his face. Out to Chisholm for his second catch, but New Orleans defense does it again.
Well, particularly the run defense able to stop that, the potent BDG Hollywood there on 1st and 2nd down. Dunhill there just uncomfortable in the pocket there trying to get a 1st down conversion on 3rd down, and he just did not look very comfortable, and that little move in the pocket made him hesitate.
100 people participated in Who You Got this week, and 80 of them picked Atlanta. So an 80-20 split. Returned by Leroy Brown up to midfield. Another golden opportunity for New Orleans to extend their lead.
Yeah, and that's no big surprise about Who You Got. I mean, this is a young Pharaohs team that's still, learning and trying to prove themselves, facing, a hot Atlanta Swarm team who, like we said, are undefeated on the road.
1st and 10 at midfield. Gold changing the play with 4 wide. He's going to throw. And Gold outside. Pass is dropped. And that was number 85, Roman Vickers, the second tight end out there. And it's just a problem for New Orleans.
We said it, in our last program last week, the old Jarvis Landry quote that kind of thing can be contagious. And drops can be contagious here in the SFL, and we've just seen a string of them have infected, really, this entire Pharaohs wide receiver corps.
Handoff Bonkers. They'll try again to pick up some yards on the ground since they can't get much going in the passing attack. 3rd down and 9 as the clock continues to roll. That wrap up by Williams.
Well, Pharaohs' offense has been one-dimensional so far in this game, and don't you know this Atlanta defense knows it. They know that they're one-dimensional. They're king on Bonkers and daring this passing offense to beat them.
Gold, deep, caught, 1st down to the Atlanta 35. What a dart as that pass is complete to Ermac Jackson. His, 3rd of the season, Stephen?
That'll be his 3rd catch, 2nd attempt tonight. Dropped the 1st one, but got this one. And this is not an easy catch with number 20, Aaron Lee, the SFL's leader in interceptions, tied.
Wow.
Right on his back, and not an easy catch. So he dropped an easy one, but he makes the hard ones. But this could be a sign of good things to come here for the Pharaohs.
Tight spiral for Gold. Pick up a 14 yards, 5 of 9 for 28 yards. Now Bonkers is going way in the backfield. Loss of 3 thanks to forward progress. But all up in his grill was Josh Vasquez.
Yeah, after the completed pass, they go with the run, and Atlanta is really just keyed in on the run right now. And as you can see, there was a literal swarm of defenders there on the left side of the line ready to greet Bonkers in the backfield.
Second down and 13 at the 38. High formation for Gold. Changing the play at the line. New Orleans up 3-0 on Atlanta. And Gold short over the middle. Caught for a 5-yard pickup. That'll make it a little bit more manageable. That pass caught by Matt Wolf, and everyone's starting to get involved all of a sudden.
Well, I love this call by the OC. Don't put the pressure on your quarterback to try and have to get all those yards back on one play. Get the short pass. It's wide open right in the middle of the field. It's just an easy read for your rookie. Get you a manageable 3rd and 8 here.
4 wide to either side of Gold. Ball on the right hash. Gold steps up in the pocket and fired into a double covered receiver, Leroy Brown. You know, if he would have put that a little bit out ahead of Brown, I think it had a chance to be caught. Now New Orleans is going to have to decide between a long field goal or a punt.
Yeah, this is just not a wise decision by the rookie quarterback here, trying to catch his receiver coming down the middle of the field, but there's just 2 defenders blanking it in front of him there. Might have got it past that linebacker at number 57 if he had passed it just a little bit more to the left, but a good job by the defender to get his big paw in there, knock it down to cause the 4th and 8.
And New Orleans is going to punt. Instead of electing to go for about a 49-yard field goal,
wow,
the Pharaohs are going to sit back and play more defense here. Not wanting to make it easy on Atlanta. That was nearly a fumble as L.B. Allen. It took a while to locate the football. Not the greatest of punts either. Couldn't even get Atlanta inside the 10.
Well, there's an argument to be made that, that punting the ball instead of taking a long field goal, especially if you don't have much confidence in your kicker, is actually the wisest move to make, because then there's an opportunity for your defense, who's been playing really well in this game, to pin these guys deep and give your offense a real good opportunity to score on the next series.
2:13 to go in the first half, and Dunhill steps up, goes long, it is incomplete! I think Chisholm had a shot at scoring a touchdown there, and instead, it's an incomplete pass, and I'm not sure if Arrington got a hand on it or if Chisholm's just having a tough night.
Yeah, I think that was just all about the defender. Obviously, the ball thrown a little bit behind the receiver, but I think the defender there just makes a great athletic play, one-on-one on an island, able to bat the ball away.
2nd and 10 at the 11. They'll hand it off to Hollywood, and he's going nowhere. And a backfield drop just shy of the line of scrimmage, down to 2.6 yards per carry. That is the 2-minute warning in one of the best defensive games we've ever seen in the SFL. This is the SFL on YouTube, presented by APM Music. I'm loving this, Steven. These defensive coordinators are all over the place.
Yeah, anytime you have a score of 3-0 nearing halftime, you think it's kind of been a dull game. It's been absolutely the opposite. This has been an action-packed game, as if the score was, 30-30.
Dunhill in some trouble. Deep ball is picked at the 40, and then a massive hit by Chisholm on the defender. Who was that picked that off? Tank Bennett, who's been awesome in clutch situations.
I want to see this replay here. Wow, look at Tank Bennett. Get up in the air. You got to get up to get down with that interception. And, boy, the athletic play by the strong safety there. Cam, we don't see many defenders who can make a catch like that aren't playing on the other side of the ball.
Atlanta has had 27 plays for 94 yards of offense here in the first half, as Bonkers takes the handoff, still going. Bonkers picks up 7 down to the Atlanta 33, dragging the entire nest with him.
Well, that's just a case of BYOB, Cam. That's be your own blocker, as the fullback, goes off on a fake to the left and leaves Bonkers alone, and he breaks through what looks to be about 3 tackles for that gain of 7.
Counter, Bonkers couldn't get away. Atlanta all over the place. Shine in the backfield, and we're right back where we started, Steven. The ball's in the 34.
Yeah, and one thing you're telling your rookie quarterback, you cannot afford to take a loss here. You cannot get sacked, because it will kick you out of field goal range, although they may already consider themselves out of field goal range right now and need a gain in order to be in it.
Gold caught, first down to the 25-yard line. That pass caught by Jackson. He's got more catches in this half than he's had all season. 1st and 10 at the 25. Gold going no huddle in the empty, and that pass off the deflection is almost caught by the Pharaohs. A couple of guys had a shot at it. Patrick Ketsa with the deflection.
And I like that call by the offensive coordinator, the no huddle, 4 wide receivers. Let's spread them out. Let's do slants. Let's see if we can take advantage of the defense. But there, the defense able to make the quick defensive change and get in the way of that pass there, giving now the offense a time to get a new play in. Let's see what they do here in shotgun.
2nd and 10 at the Swarm 25-yard line. Gold out of the gun. Gold fires near side, caught. Can he get out of bounds? Cannot. That's Matt Wolf, but did get the first down out of the 12. New Orleans has 2 timeouts down to 35 seconds. Gold trying to compose his offense. Gold going to throw again. Gold shifting right, throws back left. Oh, Matt Wolf had it and could not bring it in at the 3-yard line.
Well, I don't blame Wolf for that. Had a defender right in front of him, between him and the ball, and probably couldn't see exactly where the ball was coming into him, what trajectory it is, just because the defender was right in front of him with his hands all the way outstretched. I thought that was a near pick 6, but the ball able to get past the defender, and Wolf just can't find it after it clears the defender's hands.
Points are a premium here tonight. New Orleans does not want to turn the ball over down in scoring position. Bonkers gonna make sure of that. Oh, he spun the wrong way. He could have had a touchdown. Instead spun back inside. It's just shy of the goal line.
It just felt like he was gonna get in, Cam. The sidestep, the spin, and this is the 2nd time tonight that he has spun twice on a run. And the 2nd time that he spun into a defender. It worked for him the last time. Doesn't work for him here. As we both clearly saw, he needed to go to the left instead of the right. But still, good position here. 22 seconds. Can they get it in?
Had open. I mean, it was right in front of him. I don't know what he was looking at. 3rd and 1 at the 3. They're going to shovel past the Bonkers, and he didn't get anything. And now they're going to burn their last time out and probably have to kick a field goal. It's 4th down anyway, Steven.
We should have saw that, Cam. Me and you, we should have saw that play unfolding. I bet you Atlanta's defense did, because that's exact the same position they were in when Xander Gold got his first touchdown in week 2. It was that kind of play that scored that touchdown. Atlanta's defense right on top of it.
Man, not only did he not get the touchdown, but he didn't get the first down either, Steven. That's just a gut check, as New Orleans should be up 10-0. And we're not stretching the truth to say that. I mean, it was right in front of Bonkers, and when he sees that hole on film, he's going to be kicking himself. That chip shot is good, and New Orleans has enough points to potentially win this game. 6-0.
Yeah, and New Orleans, clearly putting the onus of this game on their defense. This offense has just not been scoring enough points to really be, winning this game against an Atlanta Swarm offense that has been really good this season. But the Pharaohs' defense has kept Atlanta in check. You've got to wonder how long can they do that. Shifty move there by the kick returner with 10 seconds left to get it nearly to the 30-yard line.
3 timeouts, ball at the 30. Steven, we have seen it's like an epidemic over the last few weeks. Time and time again, teams kicking field goals in the last 20 seconds and it coming back to bite them in the butt. We saw it last week with Tiberius Bovine. We've seen it with B.J. Armstrong. Max Jackson, time and time again. New Orleans has got to stay vigilant. 1st and 10 from the 30, and Atlanta looks like they're just going to run the clock out and take a timeout to run one more play. And I think Atlanta is just stupefied by this New Orleans defense and what they've done to them in the first half.
Yeah, it looked to me like they wanted to run the ball and try to reposition the ball a little bit better for Dunhill to make this Hail Mary attempt. At times we'll see the offense use the running game in order to position the ball for a kicker, if the kicker prefers to be on the left or the right or the middle in making their attempt here. I think they just wanted to shift the ball a little bit more towards the left to give Dunhill an opportunity to maybe get it downfield, towards the right side of the field.
Well, we got a single high safety here, 2nd down and 3, and Dunhill stepping up in the pocket, going long, and one-on-one coverage knocked away by Arrington. That's why you pay him the big bucks, and New Orleans is making the big bucks here in the first half. They have a shutout working against the Swarm. Who saw that coming? As we head to halftime. What a first half. We won't even get the halftime, Stephen. Boy, we're on a roll.
There are no
here.
highlights. There are no highlights, at least offensive ones. There should have been a ton of fumbles and interceptions and things that we saw there, but no problem. We'll just get right back into the game.
No breaks tonight.
No breaks. But speaking of the offenses, I mean, these are two offenses that have been stale as 2-day-old donuts tonight, but that has a lot to do with two outstanding defensive performances on both sides of the ball, obviously. And to me, it's which one breaks the dam first. Which one is going to break this defensive hold that one has on the other. And you gotta, based on what we've seen just in the past few games, you gotta think it's Atlanta that's going to figure out a way, either through the passing game or the running game, to try and really break these Pharaohs on defense. And as far as what New Orleans is doing on offense, they are going bonkers, bonkers, bonkers. If they can get their receivers and tight ends involved, maybe they're first to break the dam.
1st and 10 of the 25, handoff to Donk up the middle, picks up 5. Here are your first half numbers. Bonkers 58 yards on 17 carries. Hollywood 31 yards on 11 carries for the quarterbacks. Gold was actually had the better first half, 9 of 16, 54 yards, zeros for touchdowns and picks. Dunhill 7 of 18 for 69 yards, no touchdowns, 2 picks. Siege Falco and Boo Chisholm each had 2 catches for about 26 yards as Bonkers gets a first down. Allen 1 of 4, Hollywood 2 of 12. And then Matt Wolf was 2 for 18, Jackson 2 for 23, and Bonkers had 4 catches but for just 9 yards.
Interesting there on that play, Cam, the Pharaohs' offense was in an F-wing joker set, 2 tight ends on each side. And defensively, Atlanta puts in the nickel, which just didn't seem to match up and just left so much open space for Bonkers to take advantage of and get the first down.
Bonkers again picks up 5, and you just wonder how much left he's going to have in the tank in the fourth quarter. That is his 20th carry, and maybe Atlanta is hoping that he just wears himself out to the point where New Orleans is going to have to throw late, and that's when the Swarm can take advantage.
Well, don't remember, it's not just Bonkers who's trying to kill Atlanta, it's the clock. And if they can keep running this clock, maybe they can run it out on an Atlanta comeback.
Yeah, Bonkers, I mean, there is a method to that madness, because what they've done is they've kept Atlanta out of rhythm. We just haven't seen a lot of Atlanta's offense on the field. 29 plays compared to 37 plays for New Orleans, but it seems a little more lopsided than that, as New Orleans is controlling the clock. Gold, a wobbler, picks up a first down to the 49-yard line. That just barely got out to Brock Lee, and that picks up a first down.
Well, it wasn't pretty, but it got the job done, and really, at the end of the day, that's what counts the most is, boy, look at that duck, quack, quack, there to 86, but nice job there by the tight end who's recorded 6 receptions on the season there, making his 7th to convert the first down.
21 carries, 75 yards, still a solid 3.6 yards per carry. New Orleans pulling maybe one of the biggest upsets of the season if they can get this victory. The young expansion team going up against an experienced Storm squad. Bonkers picks up yet another 5 yards as this clock just continues to milk.
Yeah, and I think, New Orleans is seeing that, Atlanta, against that formation, is going into a nickel coverage. So there's just that just gives the advantage to the running game, and they're taking full advantage of it so far in this series. 4
wide for Gold, and Gold going to hand it off to Bonkers. They tried to spread Atlanta out, and this time it doesn't work. Nice tackle up front by Joey Malcolm. Loss of 1. 3rd down and 6.
Well, the offensive line it has to, at minimum, stop the defensive lineman from getting any type of penetration on that play. And they don't even have to do it for a very long time, just long enough to get the runner past the line of scrimmage there. The offensive line for the Pharaohs just couldn't hold.
3rd down for Gold. Going to change the play. Out of the eye. It's Gold. Deep drop back now. Fires to the outside. Short of the sticks. Not sure of that play call. Matt Wolf does pick up the reception. But it is a field position battle tonight. And LB Allen III in the YouTube chat said, why are we always in strange games? And Aaron Arrington says, strange team. Just gotta love the chat room.
Yeah, why they need to take my job. That was great color commentary by those two.
7:15 left in the 3rd. 4th and 3. Low snap. Handled well by Grasmanis. This is a good punt inside the 10, down to the 5, down to the 3, 2, 1, down to the 4. The special teams player kept the ball out of the end zone. That's what's important, Stephen.
But did he keep his feet out of the end zone?
It doesn't matter. All he has to do is keep the ball out. In fact, I engaged in that debate with a few people going back to the Denver-Las Vegas game last week. As long as that ball stays out of the end zone, that's what matters, and he slides to prevent it.
Yeah, I think it was the slide that did it. If his feet were in the end zone and he caught it and the ball was out of the end zone, to me that goes to the 20.
Well, Hollywood picks up 6 and now has 42 yards in the evening. Gives Dunhill in the swarm a little bit more breathing room. Atlanta, we're going to have to go back in the record books to see if they've ever been shut out. We're almost halfway through the 3rd. Three receivers, 2 backs, and 6 in the box for New Orleans. Trap play, Hollywood. Hollywood found some space, and Hollywood could have broken 1 and been gone. Kappa Jones saves a touchdown. Best run of the night for Hollywood, nets 13.
Yeah, nice play by him. He actually gets stuck behind his blockers, is able to wiggle himself out and get a nice burst, as you can see there as he jumps over. Looks like the defender, 1 defender away from breaking that one for a score.
Kappa Jones keeping Atlanta off the board. Hollywood now with 55 yards on 13 carries. And Dunhill has yet to pass here in the first half. Still 7 of 16 for a measly 69 yards. And here is a throw from Dunhill. And Dunhill over the middle completes a 5-yard pickup. I like the play call there, Stephen, trying to get Dunhill in a little bit more of a rhythm.
Yeah, and just making the nice conservative play, not wanting to make any mistakes here. This is a ball game that's still very much close, within 1 score. So no reason to have to press at this time here, midway through the 3rd quarter.
Dunhill's quarterback rating is 14. Hand off to Hollywood, and Hollywood's got a 1st down, and BDG Hollywood is starting to find some running lanes and getting things moving, wearing down this Pharaohs defense.
The thing I noticed about him is he doesn't present himself as a square target. He's got the ability to get skinny when he needs to, and they're just a perfect example of him having great vision, able to go to his left-hand side, get those extra yards. It's got the quality speed to do it.
5 wide for Dunhill, 1st and 10. Everybody spread out on both sides, and Dunhill's got a rush coming at him, and that was coming in on a free safety blitz. Curtis Compton and Andre Daniels wrestles down Dunhill for the incomplete pass. Clever play calling from New Orleans.
Well, Daniels, this is a guy that flashed in the last series, and I saw 42. He's been all over the field tonight. And there, Dunhill, seeing the rush to his right, goes to his left and runs right into Daniels.
2nd and 10. Now Hollywood takes the handoff. Hollywood following blockers, and Hollywood's got a 1st down, a pickup of 12 on the run. Under 5 to go in the 3rd, and Atlanta is churning now on the ground.
Well, he's got the power to blow up defenders, but he's also got the moves, a little bit like Michael Jackson there, able to shimmy his way out like a smooth criminal and get those extra 2 or 3 yards. Thank you for the assist.
75 yards on 15 carries, now averaging 5 per carry. 4:36 to go in the 3rd. And the handoff goes to Hollywood, and this one is blown up. Sammy Springs says, I've had enough of that.
Well, they call it violent hands, Cam, for a reason. They're able to get their hands on that offensive lineman and throw him out of the way and still have the momentum to go and grab the running back for a 2-yard loss there, making this 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the Atlanta 45. 3 receivers in the backfield. Dunhill moving around in the pocket, finds Hollywood in the open field, and a stellar open field tackle by Obi Okoye, who we've not mentioned a ton tonight, but he has been a pivotal part of this Pharaohs defense.
That's why I don't like the real short drop back there by Dunhill, who really just got the ball under center. And if your first target is not open, you've got to fling it out to your relief, in this case Hollywood, and just the play just didn't develop very well.
Now it's 3rd and 11 at the 49, and Dunhill's going to be sacked. A loss of 6 on the play, and it's another sack for Dangerfield. The strong safety's got 2 sacks in the ball game.
Well, they are bringing these defensive backs in on these blitzes, and they are getting home here. Dunhill likely should have passed the ball there on his pump fake, but decided to bring it back in, and here we have the result of the play, a 4th and 17.
How about New Orleans? I have not seen a team be so successful at bringing safety blitzes and getting legit pressure on quarterbacks. I mean, they are confusing Marcus Dunhill tonight to no end from the 19-yard line, and that had to hurt. What a nasty hit from Sean McGee, and the Pharaohs will start from the 20-yard line.
Let's not forget, this is a swarm team that averages 30 points a game, and they are currently at 0.
That's
the donut.
Amazing.
With 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. They have never scored less than 17 points in a game, and that was back in week 2, a loss to Tallahassee, which everybody's losing to Tallahassee. So this is a strong Atlanta team that's getting defeated by an even stronger defensive effort by New Orleans.
3:03 to go in the 3rd. Gold in the offense trying to step things up, take a little pressure off the defense. The pass is caught for a 4-yard pickup. That's Jackson again. Now he has more catches than he's had all season and Shine as his 8th tackle.
But they're still being very conservative with their passing game. They don't want to make a mistake here. They've got a 6-point lead, and like we've talked about, Cam, they like to go to bonkers, and I expect them fully to do so here.
4 wide. Bonkers takes the carry, has a couple of initial blocks, and look at Bonkers!
Wow.
Striving to get to the 1st down line. He is just short, according to the officials, 3rd and inches.
Well, the nice push there by Bonkers to get those extra effort yards. But here we go again, a 3rd down. Most likely going to look to their dominant running back / receiver out of the backfield to try and convert this. It's trying to spread the defense out here in the ace quads. See if maybe they can open up a running lane here.
3rd and inches from the 30. Bonkers will take it. Bonkers 1st down to the 31-yard line, and it just keeps the clock ticking away. It almost literally feels, Stephen, like they are trying to run out the clock, and they started at the beginning of the game.
Well, here it's just advantage Pharaohs on the play call. You've got 4 defensive linemen against 5 offensive guards, a tackle, and a center, so offensive linemen, and it's just the numbers slated the Pharaohs' way.
They were again on that play, but Atlanta does a better job of closing the gap. That tackle made by Darrent Williams. 1:20 left in the 3rd, 2nd down and 10 for New Orleans. They are trying to improve to 2-3, and considering that they've already had their bye week, 2-3 does you well towards the midpoint of the season. And on 2nd and 10, with 1:03 to go in the 3rd, look at this press coverage. And the handoff goes to Bonkers, and Bonkers is speared by Mack for a gain of just 3.
Well, that's where the inexperience of your quarterback really hurts you there. If you see that press coverage, might be an opportunity to change a play at the line of scrimmage, maybe run you a fade route or something that you can get one of your receivers to go out long for you, take advantage of the coverage. But there they just go with the play that's called, and they run the ball there for just a minimal gain.
3rd down and 7 at the 34, and goal deep, caught, 1st down to the Swarm, 49-yard line. Matt Wolf hauls it in. What a brilliant play.
And boy, what concentration by Wolf here. He's got a defender about to really crack him right in the side of the neck. but able to concentrate, bring that ball in, and willing to take the hit for the completion. That's something that we haven't seen from these young wide receivers much tonight.
1st and 10 at the Atlanta 49-yard line. That was a dart from Gold. Final play of the 3rd quarter, and Gold's pass is intercepted, being returned into New Orleans territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, staring his wide receiver down, it's just a rookie mistake here as he lofts the ball in, doesn't see Ketsa, who's there to grab the ball out of the air, plucks it out of the air for his 3rd interception of the season. Dangerous guy to go to, Cam. Ketsa, 2nd in the SFL in pass defense with 10.
Could that be a momentum changer? New Orleans still up 6-0, 11 minutes left on the SFL, presented by APM Music. Man, oh man, that was a critical mistake by Xander Gold. His 1st interception, now 13 of 22 passing. Both of these quarterbacks have combined for 157 passing yards tonight. Now out to the fullback. That's a pickup of 5. Heck of a tackle made by Arrington. By the way, the running backs have combined for 161 yards, so the running and passing almost dead even, just not a lot of it for both sides.
Yeah, and the Pharaohs have, I think, been just slightly more successful tonight, and that could change here in this series. I mean, you're looking at one big play by one big player, and all of a sudden this game is flipped on its head.
2nd and 5 of the 40, and Hollywood dragging defenders for a 1st down to the Pharaoh 35.
Well, look, when he wants to get down and dirty, Hollywood can do it with the best of them. He will ricochet off bodies, and once he gets that head of steam, boy, he just keeps those feet churning, able there to churn for a 1st down.
18 carries, 78 yards. Handoff, Hollywood now running left. Hollywood breaks a tackle, gets another 5 yards out of the Pharaoh 29-yard line. It would be fitting that that's his average tonight.
Well, there, Hollywood delivers yet another blow to a defender. At some point, this is going to be like a hammer on a bunch of nails, Cam. He's just going to wear out this linebacker core in secondary if this defensive line allows him to get past the line of scrimmage time and time again.
Atlanta now in scoring position, and Dunhill's going to be sacked. Maybe not for long, as that puts him back to the Pharaoh 32-yard line. Another sack for this New Orleans front line.
Well, what great push there by number 97 to get in the backfield. Sammy Springs, he's been there a couple times tonight, but just the quickness to get off the line and past the offensive lineman and on top of the quarterback. Boy, we need to time his 40 time.
Dunhill 3rd down and 8, pass caught short of the 1st down. However, it does get Atlanta into field goal range as Falco makes a 5-yard catch.
Yeah, again, Cam, I was going to say, my old adage, I don't like throwing in front of the sticks on 3rd down and just putting the onus on your wide receiver to try and get those 2 or 3 yards. But they're a little bit of a method to the madness there, as they can get up by 2 scores if they can get this one in.
8:33 left in the 4th quarter. This is a 44-yard field goal to end the shutout and put Atlanta on the board, and the field goal is good for the Swarm, and it's 6-3 with 8:26 to go in the 4th quarter, and we're back after these messages.
Join the world's fastest growing sim football community by jumping onto our Discord server. Use the Discord command in chat to keep up with schedules, news, notes, announcements, and polls. Jump off the sidelines and into the action here where we're loading legends at the SFL.
Gold will start from his 30, 8:23 left. New Orleans protecting a 3-point advantage.
And I don't think the game plan changes much here for New Orleans. I mean, they have looked bonkers way through both the run and pass, and they really haven't asked their wide receivers or tight ends to do very much. And so I think the game plan remains bonkers, bonkers, bonkers. Let's run this clock.
And off Donk. Donk taking his time to find a hole in the backfield. Only picks up one. That big hit from Vasquez. Second down.
And, you know, as you said before, Cam, this is, if you love defensive football and grinded out, smash mouth football, this has been one for the ages. We saw a lot of early turnovers and fumbles and interceptions in this game. But what we've really seen are two running backs going head-to-head and pass offensives that have been medium to kind of steady but not consistent.
Pass caught. Gold to Matt Wolf on the outside, and the Pharaohs are moving the sticks through the air once again.
Well, this Gold to Wolf connection starting to come alive here a little bit. You know, Wolf coming into the game only had 18 receptions through 4 games, so not really utilized as much as we're seeing him utilized tonight.
First down and 10 at the Pharaoh 42, 7:38 to go in the fourth quarter. 3 receivers, 2 in the backfield, and Xander Gold will fire outside, caught by, I believe that's Wolf again. Yes, pickup of 3, and I want to give a special shout out tonight to Hall of Famer Matt Wilson. In his last game, he became the 5th quarterback in league history to reach 20,000 passing yards for his career. 20,298. He also now has 1 more touchdown than Julian Tyree with 153, and is 1 behind Skeletor P. Funk, who has 154, which is good for 4th all-time on the league's passing touchdown list, as Bonkers is going to be just short of a first down. So, again, congratulations to Hall of Famer Matt Wilson, who is chasing Joseph Redfeather along with Julian Tyree and Mike Dazzo atop the all-time passer leaderboards.
Yeah, congratulations, of course, to Matt. Well deserved, and just a class guy on and off the field, and you know, congratulations to you, sir, the Hall of Famer.
So third down and short from the Atlanta 48, and they're going to trust Bonkers, and Bonkers, did he get it? They said he did not. Although, Steven, I am not sure when he got turned around where the ball was, but doing a little bit too much soul searching in the backfield.
Boy, we've seen that, haven't we, Cam? We've seen that tonight where they called his number down, and it just wasn't quite enough. They're going to punt it here. I understand the reasoning behind that, but, boy, I'd almost like to see them either fake to go for it or even go for it here on this side of the field.
No challenge, and they're going to put their defense back out there, and this punt trying to be the second down inside the foul. He just let it roll in.
Yeah.
Well, you know, every employer has lazy employees, and that was just lazy.
They sure do, but yeah, you're right. You know, we can go back, think about if they were able to pin Atlanta on the 1-yard line. Good chance they get the ball back where their offense is already in scoring range. That changes the face of a game that's 6-3.
Dunhill wants to get aggressive here. Going empty again. Dunhill, deep ball down the field. Caught at the Atlanta 43-yard line. Boo Chisholm. And Dunhill says, all right, we've had enough of this. We're going for the win.
And the nice laser here by Dunhill. Look at the cannon on this kid. Able to throw his receiver open. He knows where he wants his receiver to be. And Boo Chisholm, with those big, long, go-go gadget arms, goes and gets the ball outstretched in the middle of the field. Whoa, the biggest pass play we've seen tonight.
Dunhill, 12 of 24, 103 yards and 2 picks. Dunhill fires a slant, caught Falco, first down to the Pharaoh, 46-yard line. Dunhill is heating up. What did they say to him on the sideline?
I don't know, but that kid is slinging the ball right now with a lot of confidence. The confidence of a Matt Wilson, who's a champion here, out here becoming really aggressive in what's a 3-point game. Like we said, one big play flips this game on its head.
Falco and Chisholm now both have 4 catches. By the way, Wolf's up to 6 for 53 yards for New Orleans. That pass to the sideline, caught by Chisholm, got the 1 foot inbounds at the 40. 2nd and 4, stops the clock momentarily with 5:12 to go.
Good job by Chisholm, the veteran wide receiver, to slow up before he gets to the out-of-bounds line here. You know, he's a 4-year veteran with a rookie quarterback under center, so he's a guy that Dunhill can rely on to give him a nice open target, and does so there, and does the veteran move by slowing up to get that game.
5 minutes left. Fresh coverage on a slant. Another very aggressive and smart defensive play call by New Orleans as the sack was made by Jerry Smith.
We've seen sacks across this entire team, Cam, from safeties to defensive linemen here. Just the defensive lineman able to make a good play, the defensive tackle able to beat the center and get to the quarterback quickly.
3rd and 6 outside of field goal range. Dunhill in trouble!
Wow.
Goes down, sacked again. This time it's Coleman Fletcher, and it's 4th down.
Boy, I like a deeper drop back by the quarterback. You know, those short drop backs means that he has to make his progression so quickly, Cam. And for a rookie in the SFL, that's just a lot to put on his shoulders. And if that his first option isn't open, it puts him in a coinkydink a little bit. And there we see him on the ground. And that's not where you want to see a rookie passer.
Coming into the night, Dunhill had only been sacked 10 times in 5 games. Xander Gold 9 times in 4 games. But New Orleans, pressure on the quarterback. If the game ends in a Pharaohs victory, they'll definitely look to that as a big reason why they're 2-3 on the season.
And Cam, you know what makes me think back to the Heath McDaniel the second interception in the end zone. I mean, that was the Swarm's best opportunity to put 6 on the board, and they just couldn't get it done. And now here we are in a 6-3 ball game.
And Bonkers, and he gets pushed forward. A 4-yard gain, and Bonkers is over 100 yards now, a whopping 31 carries.
Yeah, he did that 100-yard. He's done this 100-yard game the hard way. There haven't been any massive run cams that I can remember. Nothing over 10, 11 yards. So he's been pounding out these rushing yards on the ground, and it's really eating up this clock, giving the Pharaohs an opportunity to put this game away.
2nd and 6 at the 19. Clock ticking, and New Orleans is wasting every piece of it. Hand off to Donk, and Donk lost a yard. And I would expect Gold to try to connect with Matt Wolf here. They've been on point in the second half.
I'm not so sure, Cam. You know, they've looked to Bonkers' number, regardless of what the third and or whatever yardage you want to put there. They have often called his number in these situations. They may simply value the clock more at this point.
Wouldn't blame them for that either. 2:48 left in the 4th. Ticking, ticking, ticking. They're going to hand it off on 3rd down and 7. He didn't get it, and New Orleans is literally going to play defense all night long, just daring Marcus Dunhill to get the victory, the 10th pick in the draft. And, man, just fascinating stuff.
Yeah, I might not agree with the play call, but I see where it makes sense. You're still running the clock. You're not allowing your rookie quarterback to make a mistake and a pick 6 that turns this game around quickly. You're going to go and you're going to trust your defense that has held an Atlanta Swarm team that averages 30 points a game to just 3 with 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter.
Why in the world did they punt? They did not have to snap it before the 2-minute warning. And instead, although it probably won't make a ton of difference, 1:56 left. We have reached the 2-minute warning. All 3 timeouts for Atlanta. And you're watching and listening to the SFL Network on YouTube, presented by APM Music. You talked about it earlier, Steven. Not only is Atlanta's offense averaging 30 points a game, but New Orleans' defense, as that pass is caught by Allen for the first down of the 48. New Orleans' defense has given up 31.25 points per game. That's 3rd worst in the league.
Yeah, it's again, this is a rookie, really a rookie team that's just full of first-year and rookie players that is learning, is like doing on-the-job training. So they are getting better each game. So I think that's skewed a little bit.
Hand off to Hollywood, and BDG Hollywood picks up 3. Atlanta not in too much of a hurry. They may be playing for overtime, but they still need to get probably about another 16 yards here. Dunhill in a bit of trouble, out to Hollywood. Not much there, and Atlanta's going to burn a timeout. They'll have a 3rd down and 6. at the 44-yard line, and I'm really surprised at the lack of urgency there from the Swarm.
And boy, isn't it just great, for the Pharaohs to have a veteran like McDaniels out there to cover that side of the field. If there's anybody that you're going to trust with an open field tackle, it's going to be McDaniel to take care of that and to get you into this third down situation.
Empty backfield. We've seen Dunhill sacked on a safety blitz, and Dunhill going to the sideline. It's out of bounds.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you got to go for it. Unbelievable.
Yeah, putting this offense in a really bad situation. We've seen these two connect for a good out-of-bounds type play like that before, but the timing was just a little bit off here. Probably the pressure of the game. Talk about pressure. 4th and 6.
Dunhill is 16 of 29 for $135. He's got to get to the 38-yard line, and Dunhill will fire. Caught into field goal range with a minute to go. And the pass is caught by, believe it or not, Javon Walker, his first catch of the day.
And it's just a bad defensive play here, a rare one for New Orleans, leaving the role-playing wide receiver wide open in the middle of the field.
Atlanta can sense momentum turning, but they hand it off to Hollywood, and Hollywood's inside the 20, dragging a defender to the 14-yard line. Atlanta is literally trying to not give New Orleans the ball back. Down to 26 seconds to go. Dunhill going to throw. Dunhill outside. What a play! Down to the 3-yard line. That was a beautiful pass.
Are you kidding me? Drops it in the basket. Dunhill to Falco. Oh, wow, they're going to challenge that play.
Oh, man, this is huge. This is a huge call.
But a huge pass and great completion. Get an opportunity to see this sweet play again with Falco just on the deep out here, able to snag this ball in over the defender. Oh, so close there.
Did he have
I don't
possession?
know. Did he have possession? That's the question.
He was still bringing it in. And they do say it was complete. That was he definitely had the foot in. Atlanta, I can't say they caught a break, because I think that ultimately was the right call, but it was a lot closer on second look than I had originally expected. Atlanta is 3 yards away from doing the improbable, which is scoring a touchdown in this game. 22 seconds to go in the fourth. 1st and goal from the 3. They're going empty. Dunhill threw an interception in the end zone in the first half. Back to pass, Dunhill. Dunhill for the win. Knocked away, almost intercepted. Ooh. He knocked it right to a teammate. 17 seconds left.
If I am BDG Hollywood, I am screaming on the sidelines, give me the ball. We've got 2 timeouts and enough time to get – this is going to be Atlanta's last opportunity here, Cam, I believe, to get this in the end zone. I think if they don't make it here, they're going to go for the field goal.
2nd and goal at the 3. Still 2 timeouts. Dunhill going to throw again. Dunhill outside to a wide open fullback. Touchdown Atlanta! Unbelievable!
Oh my goodness, Cam. This is just a perfect play call here. Nobody covers the fullback in the backfield, able to get out on the easy swing pass. I'm not sure that's Dunhill's number 1 option there, but he reads his progressions, and he thankfully looks to his left and sees a wide open fullback touchdown, and all of a sudden Atlanta is on top, 9-6 with a pending extra point.
And it's hard to imagine New Orleans having any sort of 50-yard play in this game, because they haven't done it all day. Atlanta may have just won this ball game as New Orleans was trying to eat away at the clock all night long.
Yep.
And Atlanta may have had just enough.
We talked about when will that dam break, and it certainly broke there on what may be Atlanta's final series of the game to take the lead. New Orleans really just nursed Bonkers just far too much in this game, and it almost won them the contest, Cam, but now they've got precious little time to try and get back into it.
Down to 9 seconds to go. New Orleans needs a touchdown. If I were the Pharaohs, I would just try to get in range for Hail Mary and just hope that luck is on your side tonight. because I don't think any I just haven't seen it out of this offense, any sort of 20-plus yard play. I don't think they've had one all night. Sorry,
go ahead.
First
no,
and
please
10
go ahead.
at the 32, 9 seconds left. All three receivers to the short side left, and Gold going to throw it out to Bonkers. That doesn't get them anything. Terrible play call.
Yeah, this is a young team, and they're surely frazzled at this point. They've had control of this ball game throughout the game.
Had it in the bag.
And a few big plays by Atlanta that they were able to string together, right around that 2-minute point at the end of the game. And all of a sudden now these rookies are tasked with making a monumentous comeback.
They're not close enough to get Gold's arm to the end zone. So now on a 2nd down and 9 at the 33, Gold fires middle. Nobody's open. Game over. Atlanta, what an amazing final 2 minutes for the Swarm. They get the victory 10-6 in one of the wackiest SFL games in league history.
Yeah, and you know what? New Orleans just allowed Atlanta, a dangerous Atlanta team, to hang around for just, 2 to 3 minutes too long. Like, if they could have just made one more play defensively, if Bonkers converts that first down, they're able to run the clock just a little bit longer, then suddenly we're looking at a totally different outcome here, and one that favors New Orleans. Instead, it's Atlanta who's going to go undefeated on the road still. 3 away games, coming away with victories, and certainly now at 4-2, one of the hottest teams in the SFL, having won 3 straight.
Despite the fantastic effort from New Orleans defense tonight, they will come up short now, 1-4, and Atlanta at 4-2, now posing a legitimate threat to the teams towards the top of the standings. They have won 3 straight games against conference opponents, Dallas, Oklahoma City, and New Orleans. And you don't see this very often, Steven. A linebacker, the player of the game, with 10 tackles. Just did enough. Just got the job done.
Yeah, and Shine, it's just another game for Shine, who averages just above 10 tackles a game. He just goes in with his lunch pail, gets his 10 tackles, and leaves. Here, just enough. Really, both defenses really shine tonight, and the offense has really struggled. And it just happened that Atlanta got off the snide before New Orleans could.
Unreal. The Swarm now 4-2, and they've got a lot of conference wins under their belt. I'm sure they're looking forward to the Tallahassee rematch, and not sure if they play Houston again, but certainly they're looking forward to that rematch as well, because those are their 2 losses to the teams towards the top of the Southern Conference standings. Atlanta 10, New Orleans 6. Nathan Blake doing a phenomenal job. Remaining games for Atlanta at Tulsa, who has won 2 in a row, then host Queen City in a cross-conference tilt. That's going to be a monster game. At Tallahassee, and then hosting Tulsa again. This is a big moment for Atlanta as they're trying to get back to the playoffs. For all of us, the SFL Network, good night for New Orleans.
Dilly dilly.